It's Ryan Stevens with RyanStevensMarketing.com, and I want to share 5 ways in which managers can better reach Gen Y employees and get more out of them. The first is that Gen Y thrives on constant feedback. So instead of yearly evaluations, maybe you evaluate them on a project basis. Maybe it's every 3 or 4 months. But the fact is, we want to grow, we want to get better at what we do, and we can't do that unless you're telling us what we're doing wrong. Speaking of wanting to grow, the next thing is that Gen Y really wants opportunities for career development. Provide us with challenges and make us take ownership of things. So there's a lot of Gen Y employees that are really timid and scared to speak up, but if you give them ownership of something, chances are they'll really take it and run with it and be proactive about that particular project. We want to grow just like every other segment of worker. We want to get better at what we do. Another thing is to mix work and play. And that's not to say that your office needs to have intramural hours during office hours, but when everybody starts scattering around to find lunch at 11:30, it's okay if the guys play a game of pig on the couch basketball hanging from the door. I think that just lets everybody relax and unplug for a minute, and you can come back after lunch or after that break a lot more focused and prepared. Besides that, it's just you want to enjoy what you're doing, you want to have fun, and I think that helps with that approach. The next thing is really get in the trenches and lead by example. As a Gen Y employee, one of the things that I really admire is supervisors that will really get in the trenches and collaborate with you. In other words, I have a lot more respect for someone who, when I'm working on a really tough marketing strategy, says, okay, well, here's some of my ideas. I really like this idea that you have. I don't know that this will work. Let's fix this, as opposed to me turning it in to an office 5 or 6 times, having it critiqued 5 or 6 times, and then eventually coming out with something that may be completely my own, but took a lot longer. Finally, be open to telecommuting and flexible hours. Gen Y is always engaged. They're always on their phone. They're always busy. They answer email late at night. And I think our whole entire culture is shifting this way. So I think the point is, if someone wants to take a 2-hour lunch and take a nap, but they're going to come back and work from 5:30 to 6:30 where they ordinarily wouldn't, I think that's got to be okay. And I think that will increase productivity and allow employees to work when they're in the ebb and the flow of really what's going on in the office. And, I think that's just a small thing that a lot of people would be very reluctant to do, but would really help you get a lot more out of Gen Y employees. Thanks, guys. I hope you like these 5 reasons.